before his trip to Russia in 2015 when he dined with the Russian president. The White House has refused to provide this committee with a single piece of paper in response to our bipartisan requests, and that's simply unacceptable.
Folks, President Donald Trump's fired National Security Advisor Michael Flynn may have broken the law, what you just heard from Congressman Elijah Cummings, of course, who was the ranking Democrat on the House Oversight Committee. Flynn was supposed to seek permission from the government for doing work with foreign governments, not only as incoming National Security Advisor, but also as a former member of the military. He was supposed to put that information on federal disclosure forms. Apparently, he never did. Those assertions came in an unusual bipartisan press briefing yesterday after House Oversight Committee members reviewed classified documents that confirmed Flynn failed to disclose foreign income he earned from Russia as well as Turkey.
As a former military officer, you simply cannot take money from Russia, Turkey, or anybody else. And it appears as if he did take that money. It was inappropriate, and there are repercussions for the violation of law.
The work in question included a trip to Moscow in December 2015, where Flynn gave a speech and attended this luncheon with Russian President Vladimir Putin in honor of the government-funded Russian network Russian television. He received $45,000, but he also was hired by someone in Turkey with close ties to Russia, earning over $500,000. Yeah, he was lobbying on behalf of the Turkish government while the retired Army Lieutenant General was working as a national security advisor. He also failed to register with the Department of Justice as a foreign agent as required by law. White House Press Secretary Sean Spicer said whatever Flynn did before he came on board the Trump team on January 20th ain't their fault.
Everything that is being discussed occurred prior to his employment at the White House, occurred as a consultant. And so whatever he did, as long as he did it in compliance with the law, as every one of us as a citizen has the right to do, that's up to an individual to do and then comply with the law.
All right, folks, let's go to our panel. A. Scott Bowles, an attorney and former chair, D.C. Democratic Party. Rena Shabarar, Republican political strategist and consultant. Dr. Greg Carr, chair of the Department of Afro-American Studies at Howard University. Rena, this is like Groundhog Day.
Indeed.
And well, the White House go, look, it ain't my fault. That ain't what we. Come on. I mean, this is the guy. It's clear that Trump said, I don't care. I want him as my national security advisor. And they just completely overlooked it because there were numerous press reports talking about him lobbying for Turkey and getting money from Russia.
And let's not forget how many times we've seen that clip of him at that dinner for Russia TV. It was just, it's insane to me that here we are at the end of April and all this is sort of slowly trickling out. I'm actually a bit disappointed in Democratic members of Congress for not pushing further. We've seen Congressman Jason Chaffetz. We've seen Congressman Devin Nunes. These are two individuals who are Republicans in the House who've been tasked with holding this administration, their feet to the fire for the Russia connections. Why is it taking so long to find this stuff out? We know Flynn.
Okay, but you can't.
Okay, but have to do with
they got to push harder. It's their responsibility to push against the machine.
The push against the machine is the Republican machine. We push and resist every day. The reality is they've done everything, including thwarting these investigations.
We know
because Chavez hasn't done anything to investigate the White House. In fact, he's stepping down because he doesn't want to feel the heat on that. The Democrats have done everything that they can do, including Cummings.
Well, but here's the Democrats, Greg, here's the deal, though. Democrats can ask for things, but because they don't control the committee, they can't control the whole process. Exactly. That's why you have Richard Barr in the United States Senate getting blasted because they've been dragging their feet. They have no real investigators on this committee as well investigating this. Republicans continue to protect Donald Trump on this, and Democrats are saying, no, show us information.
Well, I mean, because Trump has the keys to the candy store. This is a hot mess, and we know what the child in chief is doing. They're simply trying to distract. They're going to throw Flynn under the bus. Hopefully, he won't turn on them and unveil this other stuff. I mean, he's just the tip of the iceberg, but the Republicans are hoping they can get their wish list through before this man disintegrates. I mean, you know, today he's supposed to talk about dropping the corporate tax rate to 15%. The stock market soared yesterday. These Republicans are not ideologically aligned with Donald Trump. They just want him to give them the keys to the candy store. But this thing may come apart. And, you know, Watergate is going to look like a small thing to this. They're just trying to feed Flynn.
And here's a piece for Flynn. They made it clear he's not going to get immunity.
That's right.
And so he is going to have to testify. They're also going to have hearings in May. Former Deputy Attorney General Sally Yates will be testifying. Also, James Clapper, former head of the DNI, will also be testifying. So those are going to be quite explosive to hear what they actually have to say. A peaceful protest turned deadly. 37-year-old black man was shot and killed by Baton Rouge police. Your hands are in the air, and you still get shot by the cops.
Oh my God, please don't tell me he's dead.
We're not going to let hate define us.
Race is a big part of this.
If truly all lives matter, then all lives need to matter equally.
What we require is action. What we require is accountability. We understand that black lives do matter, and we will keep focused on this issue.
NewsOne Now, every weekday morning at 7 on TV1.